What does it mean to be humble? What does it look like? A lot of people get confused by that and they don't know what it means. And a lot of men, what they do is they end up saying their humility is really kind of a self-hatred. And we don't want to be like that. What we want to be is someone who knows who they are and can walk in that. In the show Solo Leveling, there's a character called Jin Woo. And I really like his character because he starts off very, very weak. But then he gets the ability to get stronger. Some different things happen. I'm not going to ruin the show for you if you haven't seen it. But what happens is he starts getting better and better. The thing is, in his mind, it takes him a while to figure out that he's strong because he still sees himself as weak. And so what he's doing is kind of keeping himself held back. And a lot of men do that today. And a lot of men do it thinking it's humility. Well, I'm being humble. But what they don't understand is what real humility is. Humility is not self-hatred. It's not beating up on yourself. It's being secure enough to not be the center of attention. And we're going to look at what that looks like today for you to be humble, but not be a man who's ate up with self-hatred. Hey guys, I'm David Maxwell from thrivingman.com, where we help you kind of conquer your everyday chaos and build a thriving life. Well, if you are watching this, then you see that, okay, David, where are you at? Well, our studio, we are actually getting a new studio. We're reworking the studio, and it's going to take a few weeks because I'm moving to a different place where the studio will be. So for the next few weeks, you're going to have different looks for our videos, but we're still going to be putting content out to help you be a better man. And this week, we're talking about what does it mean to be humble? What does it mean to truly be humble today? And the inspiration for this came from a C.S. Lewis quote, where he said, humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. And I think that quote really sums up what it means to be truly humble. But a lot of men today don't understand that. So what do? They beat themselves up in different ways. They kind of have a form of self-hatred. So what we want to do is look at how that hurts us and what we can do to move on. The first thing I want to talk about real brief is the mask problem. Now, I'm only going to touch this briefly because in the next video, my son is really going to dig deep into this. But when I think of the mask, I think of the old Jim Carrey movie from the 90s. And in that movie, Jim Carrey is someone who, when he puts a mask on, gets a whole new persona. He changes who he is and all of that. And the movie's about his struggles with that and how he kind of needs the mask. What we want to understand is a lot of men do that today. We wear masks. We wear masks where we're not our real selves. We play a part. And so we don't know how to be authentic. I was like this when I first started going to church. I started getting to know people, but I wanted them to think I was better than I was. I didn't want to admit my weaknesses. I didn't want to admit the problems I had. So I put on this front where I acted like I had it all together. I kind of acted like I was all humble and everything, but it was really part of my mask, part of me pretending so that everybody would think I'm great, but they wouldn't see the real me. And part of it was I didn't know who the real me was, so I didn't know what to do. I'd always worn a mask all my life. So it took years for me to work through that and begin to develop what am I as a man? And we have to understand that if we're always wearing a mask, the problem is we're not living authentically. We don't know who we are. We don't know what our worldview is because we're always living to please others. And that gets really old after a while. And for a lot of men, they just kind of ignore that part of their life and it makes them really sad and have a sad life. We don't want to be that guy. We want to be authentic. And that means learning how to take the mask off and how to be genuine. The second thing we want to look at is the gravity issue. Now, in our solar system, the sun is the center of the solar system. And what that means is all the planets revolve around the sun. The sun has the strongest gravitational pull and all the planets revolve around it. Well, a lot of people live their life like they're the center of the universe. And sometimes as men, we can get like this. There's a lot of guys out there who think they are the center of the universe, that everything should revolve around them. And what we want to understand is that we're not the center of the universe, but also we're not the trash of the universe. Because a lot of men get that attitude. And that's kind of our nature of being all or nothing as men. We either think we're the best and God's gift to everyone, or we think we're dirt and don't deserve anything. Well, neither one is true. The real answer is kind of in the middle. And that's what we want to understand. We want to understand that self-hatred doesn't help us. It doesn't help us to get better. And it doesn't help you with the relationships you have. It's not going to help you have a better marriage or be a better dad if all you do is beat yourself up, because you'll tend to do that same thing either verbally or emotionally or different ways with the people around you. Like some people are married and their wife tries to build them up, but they won't receive it. They don't believe them. Oh, you're just saying that. Oh, you're trying to control me. You're trying to manipulate me. You're trying to nag me. And they say those things because they don't receive what their wife is saying. So it's not going to be a great relationship. Or they're very harsh with their children. They don't give their children any breaks because they think, I'm trying to make them better. I'm trying to make them better because I don't want them to be like me. Well, what happens is they're going to drive their children away. So what you want to do is understand that you're not the center of the universe, but you're also not the trash of the universe. You're not the one who's less worthy. The answer really is kind of in the in-between, and you want to figure out how to solve that. The third thing we want to hit is the focus shift. Now, we talked about you're not the center of the universe, but you're also not the trash of the universe. So how do you figure out what to do? How do you go from really being humble and not kind of beating yourself up all the time? Well, the answer is to shift your focus. Remember what C.S. Lewis said. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. What you want to do is think about others. You want to think, what can I do to serve others? And when we do that, we actually turn the shift of our thinking. We shift it to something that's outward, not inward. And that's an important aspect of this. If you want to truly be humble, it's not that you beat yourself up. It's that you just focus on other people. You focus on helping them. It's like if you go to an event or a party or something, instead of going there thinking, everyone's going to be looking at me, what am I going to do, who do I talk to, all that. What you do is go with the attitude of, who can I make more comfortable at this event? What can I do to help someone else have a good time? What can I do to put someone else at ease? What can I do to bless someone? When you go with that attitude, it changes your perspective. The party is not about you. It's not about your reaction. It's about them. And that changes everything. You'll have a better time, and people will probably enjoy you more than if you sat there just focused on yourself. And the key in this is to be genuine. You want to show genuine care. You don't want to just network, where you're going to get something. I give you something, you give me something. There's natural give and take in relationships and things. But if all you want to do is go so you can advance, so you can move up, you're kind of being that center of the universe person, because it's still all about you, not about them. And that's not the way you want to be. You want your focus to be genuine, that you're really there to help and serve someone else. Because when you have the wrong attitude, serving is a form of pride. It's a form of, look at me, I'm serving you, I'm so humble. Let me give you the humble brag, in all humility, I'm telling you how good I am. Well, it doesn't work that way. People pick up on it and people see the fakeness of it, and it's really going to hurt you in the long run. And here's the benefit. When you begin having that mindset shift where you're serving others, you actually do a better job building yourself up. You're going to discover gifts and abilities you didn't know you had because you weren't focused on yourself. You were focused on helping someone else. And that's a key to take it from self-hatred to genuine humility. Again, you're not thinking less of yourself, but you're thinking of yourself less. Now remember, guys, that humility is taking the focus off of you. Humility is that you're focused on other people. Well, what you want to do is check your mask. Are you wearing a mask? Are you not being authentic? What are you doing? What are you wearing around people? And you want to check your view of life and the universe. Are you the center of the universe, or are you helping it to be about other people? And the last thing you want to do is change your focus. You want to focus on others. What can I do to help others? And be genuine in it. Don't be fake. Don't do it just to get ahead, but be genuine. What can I do to help people? That's what humble people do. And if we look at great men throughout history, some of the greatest men, some of the ones who had the most impact were the most humble. So you want to be a man who's humble and not a man who hates himself. So if you enjoyed this and want some more resources, go to thrivingman.com. We have all kinds of resources there to help you conquer that everyday chaos and live a thriving life. We'll see you in the next video.